It was basically a virtual reality simulation like Sebastian showed me this morning. It was like going through a hotel.
My name is Rachel Jeffs, and my father is Warren Jeffs. Warren Jeffs.
The closest one to Warren of all his kids.
So what was your childhood like?
I thought I had the best childhood. We were a chosen people. No one else in the world was as good as us.
We're going to look at the great whales. So the question, the kind of guiding question is really important, is how...
Who was Warren Jeffs? Warren Steed Jeffs, born on December 3, 1955, holds a highly controversial legacy as an American religious leader convicted of some indescribably horrendous crimes. Leading the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or FLDS in short, Jeffs' reign was marred by felony convictions, including multiple intimacy crimes involving younglings. His actions led to a life sentence for physically hurting younglings in 2011. Placed on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list in 2006, Jeffs faced charges in various states, including Arizona, where he was accused of incest and sensual conduct with younglings.
With guns drawn, they opened the doors.
See the hands!
Finding 3 young girls.
How old are you? 14. 14. How old are you? 11? How old are you? 12?
Also inside the trailer, a couch, camping chairs, and a makeshift toilet.
Wives, 62 kids. For a leader of the largest polygamous group in the country.
They tried questioning the girls. This woman in the maroon dress stepped in.
Of polygamy.
Come on, get in. Get down.
Pulling off what they say are daring middle-of-the-night rescues of young FLDS.
In 2007, a Utah court convicted him of rope as an accomplice, a verdict later overturned due to procedural errors. Extradited to Texas, Jeffs received additional convictions for sensual attack of younglings, resulting in a life sentence plus 20 years. Currently detained at the Louis C. Powledge unit in Texas, Jeffs' early life reveals his upbringing in a family deeply entrenched in FLDS teachings, with his father, Rulon Jeffs, serving as a prominent figure within the community. His father was equally messed up, if not more. Raised in Utah, Jeffs assumed leadership roles within FLDS institutions, gaining a reputation for strict adherence to its unbelievable and disgusting doctrines, which we'll dive into in this video.
Probably between the ages of 4 and 6. And it was at night, he came in my room. And I kept thinking, Father, do you know what you're doing? Are you awake? And I was thinking, there's got to be a reason, because he teaches these strict principles of morals and everything.
Church leadership. After his father's passing in 2002, Warren Jeffs took on leadership at FLDS and ascended to the role of president and prophet, seer and revelator, as well as president of the priesthood. These titles bestowed upon him immense authority within the community, shaping the direction of its religious and social practices. Following his father's demise, Jeffs swiftly asserted his control, declaring, "Hands off my father's wives!" to high-ranking FLDS officials. No one was allowed to marry his father's widows, but not surprisingly, he took most of them as his own wives. One widow refused, while another fled the compound, but the majority became part of Jeffs' sickeningly expanding harem. Naomi Jessup, among Rulon's former wives, emerged as Jeffs' favored spouse and confidant. As the sole authority for performing marriages within the FLDS,
many wives of notorious polygamist Warren Jeffs, this was home.
This room was the prayer room.
Jim Murray got an exclusive look inside the huge compound where...
It just scared me. I tried to convince myself it didn't happen, but all my life it would come to my mind. I never told anybody.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
Because Father knows best.
This is the first time Becky has publicly opened up about what her father did to her when she was just a little girl. It's common for child victims of sexual abuse to suppress their traumatic memories, to keep quiet and internalize their secret. And for decades, Becky did just that, until she learned she wasn't alone.
Jeffs had significant power. He would assign wives to husbands and discipline male members by reassigning their wives and kids to other men. Jeffs' control extended beyond familial matters. He also exerted dominance over land holdings. controlling vast territories in Colorado City, Arizona, and Hilldale, Utah, through the United Effort Plan, UEP, he amassed substantial wealth. However, court interventions curtailed his authority, placing UEP assets under Utah court custody. In a notable move, Jeffs expelled a group of dissenting men from the Short Creek community in 2004, illustrating his uncompromising enforcement of FLDS doctrines, including the practice of plural marriage as a pathway to spiritual salvation.
Colorado City. For many years, they have all been practicing polygamists who put Warren's word much above the law. And so Warren says, I need this kid out of here. Well, the local cops will pull him over for some traffic violation or get him in trouble.
Property right now. I was hoping that Jeff could meet us there.
Well, I'm actually here, which is why I'm calling.
Oh, you're there. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Of felonies. Meanwhile, Jeffs was held in prison for 2 years while awaiting his trial. There were several delays, but in 2011 he was finally sentenced to life in prison.
FBI's Most Wanted. In July 2004, Jeffs' nephew, Brent Jeffs, filed a lawsuit alleging that Jeffs, along with his brothers and other family members, had roped him when he was 5 or 6 in the FLDS Church's Salt Lake Valley compound in the late 1980s.
Group of the Mormon Church, the movement was founded by men who'd been excommunicated against polygamy in 1890 so that Utah would be granted statehood. When some members continued to enter into plural marriages regardless, the church issued the Second Manifesto in 1904.
Brent's brother Klain took his own life after accusing Jeffs of intimately forcing him as a youngling. 2 of Jeffs' nephews and 2 of Jeffs' own offspring have also publicly claimed to have been exploited by him. In June 2005, Jeffs was charged in Mojave County, Arizona, with intimate attack on a youngling and with conspiracy to commit intimate misconduct with a youngling for allegedly arranging, in April 2001, a marriage between a then 14-year-old girl and her 19-year-old first cousin, Alan. The young girl, Alyssa Wall, testified that she begged Rulon Jeffs to let her wait until she was older or choose another man for her.
Creek area, and put into the bishop of Short Creek, which was Fred Jessup. We were put into his home.
Warren's brother?
No, Fred Jessup is not Warren's brother at all.
Oh, okay.
The elder Jeffs was apparently sympathetic, but his son was not, and she was forced to go through with the marriage. She alleged that Alan often physically forced her and that she repeatedly miscarried. She eventually left Alan and the community. In July 2005, the Arizona Attorney General's office distributed wanted posters offering $10,000 for information leading to Jeffs' arrest and conviction. On October 28th, Jeffs' brother Seth was arrested under suspicion of harboring a fugitive. During a routine traffic stop in Pueblo County, Colorado, police found nearly $142,000 in cash, $7,000 worth of prepaid debit cards, and personal records. During Seth's court case, FBI agent Andrew Stearns testified that Seth had told him that he did not know where his older brother was and that he would not reveal his whereabouts if he did. On April 5th, 2006, Utah issued an arrest warrant for Jeffs on felony charges of accomplice rape of a teenage girl between 14 and 18 years old. Shortly after, on May 6th, the FBI placed Jeffs on its top 10 most wanted fugitives list, offering a $60,000 reward. He was the 482nd fugitive placed on the list. The reward was soon raised to $100,000, and the public was warned that Jeffs may travel with a number of loyal and armed bodyguards. On June 8, 2006, Jeffs returned to Colorado City to perform more young bride marriages. On May 27, 2008, the Smoking Gun website released images of Jeffs with 2 underage wives, one of whom was 12 years old, celebrating first wedding anniversaries in 2005 and 2006. Arrest, trial, and conviction. In August 2006, Jeffs encountered law enforcement on Interstate 15 in Nevada due to obscured license plates, resulting in his arrest. Facing extradition, he willingly returned to Utah to confront charges of accomplice rape, waiving any legal challenges. His trial commenced in September 2007 in Utah's Purgatory Correctional Facility, where he was found guilty. However, the Utah Supreme Court overturned the verdict in 2010 due to errors in jury instructions. Concurrently, Jeffs faced additional charges in Arizona, but these were dismissed in 2010. Despite legal setbacks, he stood trial in Texas and was convicted of sensual attack of a child in 2011, receiving a life sentence. This marked the culmination of a legal saga that spanned multiple states and brought to light the severity of his alleged crimes. Jeffs, Texas Department of Criminal Justice number 01726705, remains incarcerated with eligibility for parole in July 2038. Prison life. Incarceration has marked a tumultuous chapter in Jeffs' life. His struggles within prison walls reflect the ongoing turmoil surrounding his existence. Attempts at self-harm, such as a suicide attempt in 2007 and critical medical episodes, have punctuated his time behind bars. Jeffs' engagement in hunger strikes, ostensibly for spiritual reasons, has drawn attention.
A while back, and he was not there. However, we did get some decent information that we think will probably pan out for us in Fairfield, Texas, which is about 60 miles away.
This little boy had a lot of guts to come forward. How did he explain this to the teacher?
Well, he basically just, he was very upset.
And even led to court-mandated force-feeding in 2009. In August 2011, Jeffs' health deteriorated drastically due to excessive fasting, landing him in a medically induced coma. Despite his frail condition, he remains incarcerated in the Louis C. Powledge unit of the TDCJ in Texas. Even within confinement, Jeffs has sought to maintain influence, predicting apocalyptic events in 2012 and positioning himself as a prophetic figure to his loyal followers. Legal battles continue, with Jeffs facing allegations of sensual hurt, while his devout followers staunchly defend his innocence, viewing him as a victim of persecution, even after all the evil he has spread in the name of religion. Signing off for now. Tune in next time for another riveting episode.